The Detroit Lions and Pittsburgh Steelers edition of the Stephie Smalls Show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to a $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SMALLS. And the Sports Gambling Podcast is back with their 32 NFL team previews. They're also bringing back the phrase that pays. Each episode, they'll give out one word of a 32-word phrase. Submit the phrase for a chance to win a $1,000 circa future. Let's fucking go.
Are you ready?
What a treat. 3 episodes this week, huh? And we never have shows on a Thursday. We're on Thursdays now, moving forward. Very exciting stuff. The weekend starts on Thursday because golf is on. We are not talking golf today. We are talking about the Lions with our dear friend Tej Seth. And then we are going to have on Scott Bowser for some chaos and Steelers preview nonsense. So without further ado, let's bring in Tej. How's it going? I feel like it's been so long. I haven't even talked to you in forever.
It has been. Yeah. I just saw a lot of clips of Circa in your intro video there, and I really miss hanging out in that place. That was a very fun trip. The best place to hang out.
I know. It's so much fun. I can't wait to go back for contest weekend. It's approaching very quickly. For this episode, I encourage everyone to take a shot every time someone brings up the personnel turnover in the chat, because that is all everyone wants to talk about. All they want to focus on when it comes to the Lions is losing Ben Johnson, losing the defensive coordinator. I'm very torn with the Detroit Lions, with the obvious potential regression that is staring you right in the face when you look at a lot of the pieces of this, and then also just not thinking they're going to regress that much because of the roster that they have. Talk to me about 2024, what stood out the most, any losses, during this offseason, the draft, things that stood out.
Yeah, I mean, in 2024, you saw a Lions team, especially at the beginning of the season, that was really clicking on both sides of the ball. I thought that a big driving force for that on offense was obviously Ben Johnson, who we're probably going to talk a lot about here. Yeah. But, you had Jared Goff, who was able to access the middle of the field often. St. Brown was great as usual. And then you had the emergence of Jameson Williams, which was really huge for the offense's explosive play ability. On the defensive side, we saw a pretty good defense the first half of last year, and then losing Hutchinson, McNeil, various linebackers and corners throughout the course of the season. The defense was just very malnourished towards the end of the year, and that's why you saw Jaden Daniels do so well in that playoff game.
Right, absolutely. You brought up Jameson Williams. I want to talk about this already off the bat, because a lot of the who I consider, no offense to some people that don't think this, but that I consider sharper minds in the fantasy space are very, very high in Jameson Williams, to the extent where they think he could outscore potentially Amon-Ra. Where are you with that, and where is that coming from, you think?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Jameson Williams over his career, and he's had a couple of weird situations where, his first year he's coming off the ACL injury, only plays a couple games at the end of the year. And then his second year, he gets suspended for gambling, so he misses the beginning of that season. Last year, he gets suspended in the middle of the season for PEDs. But, whenever he's been on the field, especially this past season, you can really see the explosive play ability, his ability to generate yards after catch and take passes that, are 40 yards away from the end zone to the house is so impressive to me. So that's why I think he's just such a good player to draft in best ball, because he will have those spike weeks where he breaks off a 60-yard touchdown and then he contributes to your lineup because of that.
Yeah, we just got to keep him away from his bookie, the PEDs. We just got to keep him on the field. I think too. Yeah, I think if J. Will is there, we know that that's going to happen. So biggest concern for this team going into 2025?
I mean, the biggest concern, I think, is, with the defense, how well can their defensive line perform without Aleem McNeil for a lot of the season? You do get Aiden Hutchinson back. The the second pass rusher spot and the interior of the defensive line is like relatively pretty weak versus what it was this time last year. So, I wonder if like early on in the season, their run defense just isn't as good as it was early last season. And then if the pass rush outside of Hutchinson isn't as good as well.
Yeah. And you look at, so like they won 15 games last year, despite all of the injuries, despite all of that. Their win total is sitting at 10.5. The over is sitting at plus 110. The teams in the division all have win totals above 8.5. I mean, you look at what they have to do on the road. They have to play Cincy. They have to play Kansas City. They have to play the Commanders, who I think are going to regress, but it's a whole another podcast, whole another day. Philly, Ravens, Rams. Like it's a little on the road. It looks tough for them. There's a lot more. I tweet out 15 games. We're going to talk about the indoor-outdoor thing. Indoor, they had 15 of them, 9 next year. But 10.5 just seems like, what is this a trap here? Because the over just feels too nice right there.
I mean, I agree with you. Like, I think that, when you have like as good of an offense, as talented of an offense that they're probably going to have going into this year, like I always like to, support teams like that in terms of like outperforming what's projected of them. So yeah, I mean, I would predict like, around 11, 12 wins for this team, even with that tough of a road schedule, like you mentioned.
Yeah. I think the big thing probably comes from like, I can see where people's stance, like I see the argument for them to go below as you look at them in the division 6-0, probably not going to repeat that. That's pretty unlikely. Talk to me about the division. Obviously the favorites, they've won 2 years in a row, plus 155. Green Bay sitting there at plus 250, Minnesota at plus 320, and then Chicago down there at the bottom, plus 475. Who's the biggest threat here?
I do think it's still the Packers as the biggest threat. Like I think when you look at the Vikings last year, like they did take the Lions to the last game of the season for the division, but we do have to remember like what the base rate is for rookie quarterbacks and how they usually perform like the 24th best quarterback in the league. And I just think like JJ McCarthy, like that's all we can expect of him in year one until shown otherwise. But, like Green Bay is just like in a really good spot right now. I mean, Matt LaFleur is one of the top 5 play callers in the league. Jordan Love has a lot of variance in his game, but like overall, he can put out some pretty efficient performances. And then like I really just do like their weapons. Like Tucker Kraft is someone who's already broken out and could continue to ascend. So I do definitely see Green Bay as the biggest threat in the NFC North.
I think Tucker Kraft is a really fun draft pick, even if it doesn't even need to be best ball. Like I think he's someone for where he is going that people absolutely should be targeting. Bears, like what's the temperature check on the Bears here? It's hard for me to get excited. It's hard for me to get excited about the Bears. I just can't do it. They do this every single offseason.
I know. I shouldn't like be buying into the ceiling outcome for the Bears, but I am this year again. Like I don't know why, but I am. I just think that all the additions they made to their offense, upgrading multiple spots on their offensive line, year 2 Roma Dunze with Colston Loveland and Luther Burden, coming into the mix, and then obviously just like the massive upgrade at play caller is just like there's a chance that their offense could be really good. Like I think that their average outcome is still relatively low to the Packers and Lions, but I could definitely see a world where they have a top 10 offense, at the end of the season just because of all those additions.
Okay. To win the NFC, the Lions are plus 525, Super Bowl is 11-1. Are we flirting with either of those numbers? Are we staying away from those numbers? Where are we at?
I mean, I think we have to, right? Like, I still feel
everyone's so low. They're
like
the easiest answer is that the Lions are going to regress. The whole world is saying it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think like people have gone a little bit too far on the regression side of just like we like Frank Ragnow, great player, but like at the end of the day, he's like a center. And so like the downgrade from, a great center to an okay center is not going to kill your offense. Like maybe it would for an offensive tackle, but yeah, I'm still buying into just, having those having those offensive tackles in a good spot, having the weapons in a good spot. Like, I just love the talent on the offense.
Absolutely. Before we chat a little bit more, I'm going to talk about Underdog here. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. We just mentioned Tucker Kraft. We just mentioned Jameson Williams. Those are guys that you can be taking in best ball, but Underdog is also a great place to play pick'em, where you can win up to 500x your entry. And we are continuing on. I know I gave out some week 1 longest receptions. We're continuing on with some of these future picks. I have Abdul Carter. I'm not biased. I shouldn't have started out with him, but Abdul Carter higher 6.5 sacks. T-Mac higher 749.5 receiving yards. Travis Hunter higher 1.5 defensive interceptions, and Travis Kelce higher than a 100 plus receiving yard games, and that will get you 6.9x your money. So sign up with Smalls to claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code Smalls. And we're also brought to you by mybookie.ag, which is where I've been placing literally all of my football futures here. They also have MLB, WNBA, golf. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations, easy deposit, and lightning fast payouts, which we obviously love. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN or Smalls for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code Smalls or SGPN, whichever one you want to use. If you're going in there, just use whichever one you want. Taking a look at some of the player lines, Goff is sitting at 3,900 and a half, minus 110 to both sides. Thoughts, questions, concerns?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that's probably pretty fair. When you look at how Goff has done in Detroit, like, I think it's been very impressive to see him improve each season. As he's kind of evolved his game. I think like last year's offense and even the year before that did like a great job of making sure he accessed the middle of the field really well, which is like his strong suit. And I know that, defenses will be keyed in on that this year. So it'll be interesting to kind of see the new wrinkles that they add around that to get him to still be able to access the middle of the field.
Absolutely. And then his passing touchdown sitting at 28.5 plus 110 to be over.
Yeah, I do actually think that like the Lions will be a big, just run the ball, like get a lot of rushing touchdowns team this year. So like I could see that, going a little bit under just because like, Gibbs and Montgomery are just so good in the red zone with the ball in their hands.
Do you think Gibbs could lead the league in rushing yards this year?
I mean, yeah, I could definitely see a scenario where that happens. He's not going to have the rush attempts that Saquon and Bijan are probably going to have just because you have David Montgomery there. But like his explosive playability is so high that there's definitely a path for him to lead the league in rush yards.
Absolutely, and I want to make sure that I'm pulling up this right number here for Jahmyr. One thing that stood out to me was his receiving yards line is all the way down at 425.5. I like the over there. I think he had 500, somewhere a little over 500, 517, 52 receptions, was targeted 63 times. So he's also very effective in that. I kind of like just taking the stab there at that over, like hammer that almost. Yeah, I see easy talk. I love that number. Yeah,
no, I'm with you there. Like I think that, like we talked about wrinkles to the offense, like they could do more 2 running back stuff this year where Monty's in the backfield and Gibbs is in the slot, and that would really help him just just generate those receiving yards.
Yeah. And I feel like he was one that a lot of these running backs towards the end of the season just taking their longest reception because they would set them all at like 6.5, but someone like Gibbs is going to go over that when he gets the ball. So he's another one to target when it comes to the longest receptions. Looking at his rushing yards, 10, 15 and a half. His rushing touchdowns is 10 and a half. Do you like either of those numbers better?
I mean, yeah, if I had to play one of those, I would go with the over rush yards. Like I think rushing touchdowns, like that's probably still something they want to lean on Montgomery for. Like he's the high success rate back. Gibbs is the high explosive back. So when you do have a fresh Gibbs, especially like in the fourth quarter, like he can break off explosive rushes so easily, which helps him generate those yards.
For sure. And then looking at last two here, Jameson Williams, his receiving yards is 875 and a half, assuming that he, does all the things that we need him to do, stays on the field at least a little bit more. Do you like that over there?
Yeah, I mean, as long as he plays 17 games, I think he should get it. There's a big question of health. Like he is just skinny, right? Like when you look at his frame and the off-field stuff as well. But yeah, hopefully he does play 16, 17 games, and then and we can see him smash that over.
I'm not sure what more he could get into trouble for. Like I don't know what else. We've kind of gone through the gauntlet of all the things that could possibly keep you off the field. His receiving touchdowns is at 5.5. Amon-Ra's is 8.5. Do you prefer one or the other, or like the under on either of those? I suppose. Yeah,
that is interesting. Yeah, like when it comes to JMO, like the way that he scores touchdowns is off explosives. Like he's not a big target in the red zone. The red zone targets go to St. Brown and Laporta usually. So, that's like to me, that's like, that feels like a risky play just because you have to hope that he's able to break off a certain amount of explosives every week to get to there.
Okay. Then looking at what Amon-Ra's, his receiving yards is 1075 and a half. I feel like, I don't know about that one. I don't know why. That one, for some reason, I'm going to stay away from, but
yeah, I'm there as well. Like it feels fair to me. I don't see anything on either side.
Okay. There was a ton of listener questions, so I want to go through some of those. But before we do that, I wanted to ask you, because you do all this, you're the stats guy, the data set, that's your thing. Has anything stood out for you? It doesn't have to be about the Lions. Has anything stood out to you while doing this and doing your process before, the season gets here that you can share with us? About a team. It could be literally anything, a player, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. One thing that I, just looking through data just all day, every day is I do think that we're going to see pass offense just in general bounce back a lot this year. I think at the end of the year or for most of the year, there were so many teams that were starting just suboptimal options at quarterback. You had the Titans with Will Levis, the Browns with all the quarterbacks that they started last year. The Patriots started Jacoby Brissett over Drake May for more than half the season. And then you look at the teams that were just not good at passing the ball last season, and they've all made a concerted effort to upgrade their quarterback and or their pass catchers. So I really think that we just see the bottom 8 pass offenses just rise up a bit this year, and that'll bring up pass offense as a whole in the league. That's something that I've been big on this offseason.
That's pretty interesting. I hope the Giants are a team that things get better for, obviously, there. Actually, I get to ask you, because it's my show, any thoughts on the Giants next year? Everyone's probably so sick of me doing this.
I mean, I'm so excited about the pass rush. How are you gonna be able to block all those guys?
I don't know. I keep saying it. It's you got to put Tua and Dexter, who's the most double-teamed player in the NFL last season, and then where do you go from there?
Exactly. The videos of Abdul Carter in practice, and the fact that he's going to be across from Brian Burns and have Dexter Lawrence in the middle, it just gets me so excited to watch that.
It's sickening. Is there a team that you think is overrated this season?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's tough, a little bit to mention it because of Rashawn Slater being out for the year here now. But I have thought the Chargers have been kind of overrated throughout this offseason, just have been expecting some defensive regression. I love Ladd McConkey, but I just don't see another pass catching option for Herbert. So I've just kind of been a little bit lower on them than consensus.
David, listen, I have to take what I can get when it comes to the Giants. Yes, I basically lure everyone into talking about it because I need it before the season starts. Is there a sleeper team that stands out to you?
Kind of like basic sleeper. Like I'm still like really high on the Cardinals. I was last off season and that didn't work out. But like they were like a efficient offense last year. They put a lot of resources into their defense. Marvin Harrison, year two, like jump, is what we're hoping on. So yeah, that's kind of the main sleeper that I've been focusing on.
I love it. Let's see. Let's do the exit questions that I have asked everyone. What's your record prediction for the Lions? I lost my train of thought.
I'm going to go 11-6. A little bit of a tough schedule, but just banking on the talent that's on offense.
Okay. How do you think the division plays out? Kind of how the odds are, it seems like.
Yeah, I would go Lions 1, Packers 2. I don't think the gap between the Bears and Vikings is probably as big as the market says, or there's just like room for the Bears to hit like a higher ceiling outcome than the Vikings probably have access to. So I've definitely been intrigued by the Bears offense throughout a lot of this offseason.
Yeah, I'm interested to see like what like how that backfield looks. I think that's the one thing because I feel like Benton Johnson he loves a good running game, so it'll be interesting to see what they can get going with those two guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Like I think that when you look at DeAndre Swift, like I think oftentimes people are frustrated with his ability to not hit the hole, as well as other running backs do. So Rashawn Johnson might get some play there, or they kind of pick up a running back that gets cut, when teams do their 53-man roster cuts, and that's kind of their third running back to roll with as well.
Yeah, I kind of was expecting them to like sign one of the older guys at some point, and then they didn't do that. Like I thought they'd add a piece for some reason other than the kid that they drafted. What's your Super Bowl prediction right now?
Super Bowl prediction. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I am gonna put the Lions in there from the NFC side. AFC side, I'm not going to go to the Chiefs, actually. This will probably come back to burn me come February, but I'm going to go with the Ravens this year. Like, I love the Ravens roster.
Yeah, it's so fun. And I just want to see Lamar do it so bad. I just think he deserves it. I want to see them lift the Lombardi there. Last one is who's the player to watch on the Lions? It doesn't need to be an offensive player. It could be a random player. It doesn't have to be a fantasy. Like, who is the player to keep your eye on for this upcoming season?
Yeah, I do think that's going to be Terrion Arnold at the corner spot. Like the Lions for like years now have just been like badly in need of a good outside corner that's young and can actually like sustain his play.
Yeah.
Like Arnold was like, he was in the right spot a lot last year. He just like wasn't good at the catch point, like committed a lot of DPIs. So I'm hoping he cleans that up going into year 2 because they like need him to be a legit outside starting corner because that's burned them these last 2 years in the playoffs against the 49ers and Commanders in both of those losses.
I just looked through the listener questions and I feel like we like answered everything, or they're just like the dumbest questions I've ever seen, to be honest, guys. I'm not asking them. I don't know why LASIK asked if they were going to, LASIK.com asked how many of them wear glasses. Like LASIK legitimately asked that. I don't know why. So they're very, very bizarre. So I'll ask one final question. Who is a guy that you are not leaving your fantasy drafts without this year?
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, I mean, I've been really doing the underdog fantasy drafts a lot. Yeah, so that's been fun. The one for me has been Josh Downs. I'm just like obsessed with him. Like elite separator, should get a high target share. Like maybe the quarterback play gets a little bit better. I don't know, but like even if the quarterback play stays bad, he can still produce like he did last year. So I'm in on him for sure this year.
Oh, I love that. What about who's your favorite rookie then? Now I have to ask one more. Who's your favorite rookie?
I've been drafting 2 running backs a lot. TreVeyon Henderson.
Yes, I'm all in. I have so much Henderson, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. I mean, how can you not, right? Like he looked great in college, like so explosive.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Who's
Um,
the other one?
and then Amarian Hampton's the other one, just like
Love it.
insane player, has the draft capital,
Yeah.
and has the rush share opportunity. So, I think Gentie's price is fair, and then those two are probably a little bit undervalued.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, you've been fantastic. We'll have to get you on after the season starts. Let me know where they can find you, what you're working on. I feel like I don't even know what you're working on. So let the people know, and then we'll get you out of here.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. It's always great to come on. You can find me on Twitter, Tej FB Analytics, which says down there. And then I used to do a podcast called the Stats and Team Podcast, but it's getting converted into different media type this year.
Okay.
So be on the lookout for that when we make the announcement here.
Awesome. Well, I'll get you out of here. Go enjoy your Thursday. It was nice catching up with you. I'll have to chat with you soon.
Thanks, Stephie. Yeah, great talking as usual.
See ya. The world's greatest. Isn't he great? We have to get him on again soon. The world's greatest sportsbook, Circa Las Vegas, is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest. You guys know how much I love Circa. They have Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, something I will be entering for the big dogs. $100,000 entry fee. My goodness gracious, the Grandissimo with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. You cannot call yourself a true DGen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. We just put out my 10 reasons why you should join Circa Survivor. I believe producer Ryan and I are going. We have to get in on some action. I think obviously we're not going to do the Grandissimo because that's crazy. But I think Survivor might be the way to go. We'll have to talk about it more. You guys can come hang out with us. Circa Contest Weekend is coming up soon, August 21st. My goodness, for an amazing
Circa Million. Just FYI, I was thinking Survivor. We could talk about.
I'm going safe. Yeah. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, August 21st to the 23rd. We'll be doing the show from there. There's open bars. It's an absolute blast. It's my favorite weekend. This is our third year. I think this is our third year going out there. You can also join my fantasy draft out there. You also get 15% off stay at Circa with promo code SGP15. The contests are open to everyone. You guys met Vegas Maddie. We can use him as a proxy. You can sign up and play from anywhere using his services. Go to footballcontest.com and use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. Rhythm continues to crush it with power trends. Essentially, the best of the best of what their house model has to offer. Maybe also producer Ryan and I, now I'm brainstorming while we're on the program. Maybe we should do a competition like Kramer and Sean are doing with their models for football season. We'll talk about that more later. These power trends are AI detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a high ROI. Think a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Power trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets. MLB Power Trends are absolutely crushing it. A lot of unders on batter hit props that are collectively hitting at a 70% rate. Love fading guys, honestly. I know not everyone does. I think it's hilarious. WNBA Power Trends since All-Star break are 27-16 on. Power Trends, 23.36% ROI, absolutely cooking. Build up that bankroll just in time for NFL to arrive. And in honor of all the dildo talk, I picked a WNBA power trend for tonight. Mommy Brink to go under 3.5 rebounds at plus 108. That is tonight, right? Yeah, at 10 p.m. The win probability on this bad boy is 79.7%. They predict her to have 2.1. This is considered a sharp under. I like it. Do you guys like it? All right, now it's time for the meat connoisseur, Steelers fan, part of the SGPN fan. Meat connoisseur is crazy. After the dildo talk, what am I doing? Hi, Scott Bowser. How's it going?
Hey, Smalls. Good to be back. Oh, God, I had a bug in my throat there.
Did you?
Yeah, it was just like a big piece of phlegm right when I thought I took a sip before and I was good to go, but I really botched that intro.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what? When I get nervous in public, I get this weird like cough, and it just is a random. There we go. Now you didn't do well, and now I'm telling a very story. Yeah. We're gonna talk about your Steelers.
Yeah.
Here we go, Steelers. Renegade. We should have played Renegade. Is what we should have done here. 2 things I want to get out of the way right off the bat.
All right.
1, Aaron Rodgers is married to Chat GPT, right? Like, is that like what is it? How does this work? Is he dating like the robots that aren't out there yet? When they said that men will be sleeping with robots by 20, whatever.
I did the Steelers preview with Sean and Ryan last week on the Gambling Podcast, and we kind of came to the consensus that he's married to the game.
The game, like literally the mental games with the media, or like actually football. We'll go football, playbook, something.
Now, you know what's funny though is like, I don't know, like this has been maybe my most interesting offseason as a lifelong Steelers fan, because just yesterday at work, a guy at work goes, he has a little dry erase board in front of his office, and he's putting the record of everybody's in the building's teams. And he asked me, hey, what's the team? And I go, oh, the Steelers. He goes, oh, fuck, you're a Rodgers fan? And like, it's like, dude, he's a 1-year rental here at age 41. I'm not like exactly hopping on some kind of bandwagon. Like, I didn't go out and buy a jersey and get a tattoo of the guy. Yeah. Like, it's not.
Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird.
Yeah, and like just the other day after my appearance on there, some guy came at me on Twitter, was like, you really think 50-year-old Rodgers is gonna make it through the season healthy? I was like, I never said that. Like, yeah, I'm expecting Mason Rudolph or somebody probably for 2-3 games at least this year. Yeah. But like, it's just like all of a sudden I'm now like it's like I'm like outed as like it's like some Me Too movement, but I'm being considered a Rodgers fan out of nowhere, which is almost worse than being a Predator.
Like the Rodgers too. I don't know. We'd have to go. I'd have to workshop that one a little bit. And then the other one is like Arthur Smith has a real fetish. Like these 4 tight end sets. This motherfucker is sick. He is fucking. What was he? Having Smith alongside Rodgers in the backfield. Like, what the fuck is this guy is going to go crazy?
I'm so into this. In fact, I actually downloaded some like high school playbook app so I can draw my own with tight ends. And I really think the Magic 3 could work here big time, where basically right 3 tight ends, DK out wide, and a single back. Yeah, puts you in a position where you can put the back out as a receiver, or you can bring like one of the tight ends back as a fullback. Like you can be pass happy, you can be run happy. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Like you see what the defense does, and you audible out into the right play. And Rodgers is smart enough and a savvy enough vet, I think, that can make something like that work. Like it seems like he's putting his ego to the side this season. He realizes this is his last hurrah. Mike Tomlin's not going to take any shit from him. No. So, you know, I'm looking at him just coming in to be a game manager here, you know, and then we'll see about getting the tattoo of the guy.
I feel like he at least has been like, I really, other than like the weird like married thing that he's like, that's the only weird thing he's doing right now, which is like, that's the least of the weird things he's done in a while. Like, so I'm fine. If he wants to pretend he's in love or whatever the fuck he's doing, cool. Like, I don't think he seems to be being quiet and like putting his head down.
You know, I just remember this, but a girl I knew from years ago, she's from Chico, where Rodgers is from, and her brother went to high school with him. And I remember her telling me, she's like, yeah, my brother was with some girl in high school he wanted to be with, and he's hated my brother ever since. And I'm like, that sounds about right for just like any pro athlete to a degree. We're like Michael Jordan. I mean, but like when you hit a high level with it, yeah, you kind of got to be a petty prick at a certain point. Like, I don't know. The guy sucks. I'll admit it. Like he's been kind of a bozo most of my, last few years. Yeah. But like, hey, I'm rooting for the laundry this year. Let's just, make some competent choices. I'd rather have him than Kirk Cousins when it comes down to it. So,
yeah, I kind of fuck with Rodgers. Like, he's got hate in his heart and he's petty. Like, yeah. I fuck with it because it's like he has not wavered from that. Oh, my brother pissed me off, never talking to him again. That kid from never, like, that's just who he is. Like, I think he just doesn't want people to do wrong by him. And you know what? If you're going to stick with it and it's going to be your thing for the rest, I can get behind that. Like, I'm cool with that. I think I'm all for it. Let's recap like 2024. There's like two things, like death taxes, Mike Evans going over 1,000 yards, and Tomlin never finishing below 500. Like, that's about you. There's two things you can expect out of life, and it's those two things. 10-7 last year. Everyone kind of wrote them as this negative regression candidate. Winning season, playoff. Went to the playoffs. You look at what they lost. I was never a Dan Moore girl. I don't think Dan Moore is that good of a player. I actually think that's a win moving on from him. If anything, it's a lateral move. I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. You have George gone. You get the pacifier boy in. I am an Najee girl, but I'm all in on Caleb Johnson. Like, what else about this season do you want to talk about?
Well, I really like the pickups of Darius Slay and Jalen Ramsey for the secondary because to go with Joey Porter Jr. and a guy I wanted to mention here that I forgot to mention when I did the preview last week is Corey Trice Jr., 7th round pick in 2023, missed his rookie season with a torn ACL, was out for most of last season with a hamstring problem. But this is a guy that with Fitzpatrick gone, like he's 6'3", like 210 or so. And he's been playing like this big press corner role. I could see them getting clever and sliding him over to free safety some. With his size there, all of a sudden that gets really interesting in the secondary because now you can move Ramsey around all over the place. You can just put him on like wherever the toughest matchup is because he can play the front. He can play the outside. He can play safety if he needs to. And if you can get something like that going, I'm really excited to see what some of these matchups can be because I felt at times the secondary got exposed. And they addressed that, and that's all you can ask for as a fan. When a problem that exists, the team goes out and addresses it. Yeah, they got some old guys, but hey, this is an old team this year. There's no way around it. But there's some young guys that have a lot of promise. Another one is Derek Harmon, 1st round pick out of Oregon. Like in the playoff game, Ravens just ran it down the throats, just right up the middle all game. And hey, you know what they did? They did the smart thing. When someone does that to you in a playoff game, you go out and get a defensive tackle and plug that middle. I like him actually at 40-1 for defensive rookie of the year, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
I first off, there's a certain pedigree to defensive rookie of the year. Usually, it usually needs to be a guy on a very good defense, and it needs to be a guy who was drafted in the 1st round. It's rare. Those two things are almost. You go back and look at every defensive rookie of the year, they're pretty much a high pedigree 1st round pick on a good defense. So he's got those two things going for him already going in. But TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward next to him, the defense is going to be focusing on these other guys a lot.
Yeah, so absolutely.
If he stuffs the run, plays tough up the middle, and maybe comes away with like 7-8 sacks, dude, I could see him being a very strong candidate for defensive rookie of the year there. And at 41, I mean, you look at how many defensive.
I have to put some high new money on it. You might have convinced me there. I like it.
And when we just look at it as how many defense, like we say, you pretty much got to be a 1st round pick. All right, well, how many defensive players were drafted in the 1st round? 40-1. Now you're getting some plus EV here. I feel on that, no matter what. So
I like it quite a bit. What about okay? So wide receiver room would be the next thing to probably talk about before we approach this win total and everything else.
Well, I mean, I love the pickup of DK Metcalf, basically replacing George Pickens in the offense. He's better. First off, he's more of a Steelers type guy. If you just come down to a big physical, like he's gonna be fun. Rodgers loves throwing those back shoulder like fades and stuff in the red zone. If that's a connection, I gave this out last week, but 120-1 DK Metcalf offensive player of the year.
Oh, baby. Spicy.
Let's just say they use him as this red zone vulture. He gets like 18 touchdowns, puts up big numbers. They don't want to give Rodgers an award. The media doesn't like him. So they'll reward Metcalf with the offensive player of the year.
Okay. I see the vision. I see the vision. Who's wide receiver 2?
Now, I like Roman Wilson, 2nd-year guy out of Michigan.
He's got to be healthy, right?
Yeah, and just like Corey Trice there, last year he's a rookie. he got banged up. It sucked, but I think with him and Calvin Austin Jr.,
I love Calvin Austin.
Those guys bring some crazy speed to go along with DK. And so teams can't load up on him too much because any one of those guys can take the top off the defense.
Yeah, 100%. All right, win total, 8.5, -120 to the over. Schedule's not easy. Schedule's not easy, though. It's not easy.
It's not hard, though.
But it's not hard. I agree with that. It's not easy, but it's not hard. I think, actually,
avoid the Chiefs and Eagles and a lot. Like last year's schedule was much tougher.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think. All right, so there's two things. I'll let you take it away, and then I'll give you my two stances on how I think a one way to play this is. Because the -120, I think there's other ways you can go about this.
All right. Well, I like the over, obviously. 8.5. That means 9-8, a winning record, something Tomlin's only done. Is what you got to hit there. But I honestly, breaking the schedule down, I think 9-8's the floor. And I think the team could go as high as 13-4 to be if a couple right games go their way. And so when you look at the schedule like that, all of a sudden now, because like I had them going like 3-1 to start, then 3-1 in the middle, and then like a 2-2 and 3-2 down the stretch. So I had them going 11-6, but I can make the case for 13-4 with a couple coin flip games in there that I just gave, where like I split the division games. Okay, so they can win in Cleveland. They can sweep Cincinnati. That's not unheard of.
Right.
And so when you kind of put that into play, okay, now it goes to 13-4. So I don't mind doing a little win total ladder, starting at 9 and going up. Because and just sprinkling like the over 12.5 just a little bit, but having a taste there, because if everything clicks and goes right, you could be looking. I mean, but I feel like it's crazy to take the under with this team.
I think what you do though is you just bet them to make the playoffs if you think that they're gonna go over their win total at +148.
Well, yeah, and also another way to do it is like if I think if 13-4 is in the range of motion outcomes here, and like I said, they want to penalize Rodgers on awards but reward others. Mike Tomlin, Coach of the Year, at 30-1.
Yeah, okay, that's fun. Kind of like that. All right, now you're talking to me. Now I'm getting excited again. About the Steelers. I'm back in. I was kind of out.
Mike Tomlin's one of those guys they never give Coach of the Year to because he's always performing around expectations. But if this team really had a year like that, I think it'd be hard not to give him some kind of credit. Like if they win the division, like it's gonna be tough not to give them some love there.
Win the division +500. Did you bet on it?
No, I haven't taken that. I'd rather take Tomlin, Coach of the Year, because I could see them going 13-4. Let's say win the division. Or and end up as a wild card to like a 14-3 ball.
Yeah. Okay. How do you think this division plays out? Baltimore is the favorite, obviously, -165. Cincy +270, Pitt +500, and quite frankly, I don't even think the Browns are long enough at 35-1.
We can throw that one out. Their clown car quarterback room, just keep walking out of the Volkswagen one at a time.
Actually, I haven't got a chance to talk about this. What the fuck? Like, literally, what are they doing? I genuinely, it's like they have so far lost the plot. If we do not relegate this, the team has to go. We gotta create a new fucking team and be done with it because Joe Flacco, you traded for Pickett, right? Didn't they trade for him, correct? I believe they did.
Yeah, I think they did, yeah.
Drafted not one but two quarterbacks. You have two quarterbacks you drafted. You reached on Gabriel, who went not where anyone thought he was going to do. Then you let Sanders sit there and took him. And then now you sign fucking Hunt. What is the thing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, that's the thing, too, is like, okay, not only did they draft two quarterbacks, but they made the second one, the fifth rounder, Shedeur Sanders, which just puts a whole dark cloud. I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit on the kid, but like it brings a whole separate level of distraction to the team and this position specifically than they needed. Like they're paying Deshaun Watson a record, like, so it's insane there. But I do think if Flacco's the guy for the beginning of the season, there's some fun first touchdown bets there.
Is there?
Well, yeah, because like I can get on board with someone like the backup tight. I always like doing backup tight ends on.
I love it. You got to.
And so yeah, the Browns have a pretty decent tight end room actually. So
yeah, I think Fannon's just going to end up. We're going to see him probably get a little bit.
I know, like he's the guy I really like to. I'm going to definitely be playing him on some first touchdowns this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta do it. Let's see. Let's move to some of these
Steelers is with all these tight ends.
Yeah.
That no, just like maybe I'm just gonna start taking like a quarter unit and breaking it up on like the 4 tight ends every game for first touchdown.
Moose will probably be like an auto play for me week in and week out.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
I love Moose.
Well, I know you love longest catch stuff. I think DK is going to be all over a lot of that stuff.
Oh, I literally like nothing is going to bring me joy than just absolutely hammering the shit out of longest receptions again. I need it more than high noons. I need it so bad. Did you bet any of these player lines? Any of those that you've taken a look at?
Honestly, I haven't gotten down on anything yet because I now moved to the way outskirts of town.
Yeah.
And I haven't had time to go load up my accounts at the books. But I'm probably going to do that next week when I see you guys down on Radio Row.
Yes, I cannot freaking wait. I did get down on one because like paying homage to Najee being gone because I've always been like I've defended Najee with my whole heart. I know he looks like he's running with peanut butter on his shoes or molasses, whatever you want to say. But I think Caleb Johnson is like the perfect way to just like seamlessly move on from Najee. And like I took the over 800.5. Johnson's a very, very physical back. We know what Arthur Smith does. Last year ran the ball like 530 plus times. Again, this guy's got fetishes. He's got a fetish. He's got a fetish tight ends. He's got a fetish running the ball. He's a weirdo. 4th most in the NFL. The guy, I don't know, Arthur Smith, there's something about that face. Over 800.5. I just think, all right, I'm not a Jalen Warren person. So I like the Caleb Johnson to go over that.
I love that. And in addition to that, like one cool thing about Caleb Johnson is he's coming from Iowa, who has the same uniforms as the Steelers. I don't know if you ever noticed that. It's the same exact jersey. They decided to when Hayden Fox, or no, that was the guy from those Coach back in the 90s. No, when Hayden Fry took over back in like the early 80s at Iowa, they had some weird look for their uniforms, and he said, we're going to copy the Steelers look because we need to be a winning team, and that's what a winning team looks like.
When I say, "Oh, that was cute and sweet," I think that's very sweet, and that pulled on my heart.
Yeah.
All right. Any other futures for the Steelers that you have put in before I start wrapping up and letting you get the hell out of here?
I like TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year at 10-1.
Yes.
And a lot of books won't let you do this, but if you can find someone that will, parlay that to like most sacks and most forced fumbles. Get some extra juice on it because I noticed that he's won a few Defensive Player of the Years. When he does it, he's usually the sack leader, and he's led the league in forced fumbles, I believe, like 3-4 times so far in his career. Okay. So, I mean, like, he's a strip sack king. So, I mean, yeah, it's stuff like that where it's like, if I'm going to make the playoffs and stuff, do it like a round robin with Tomlin, Coach of the Year and stuff like that, you know?
Absolutely. 100%. Makes a ton of sense. Any other futures you want to give out before I let you get out of here?
Just one, because we all know that Steelers receivers, when they leave Tomlin, they take a dirt nap, whether it's Antonio Brown or...
Oh, baby. Okay. I like this one.
All right. So let's just take every George Pickens under we see.
Yeah, fuck the Cowboys.
It's a fun way to fade the Cowboys. Making a bad investment on a fucking psychopath with Jerry Jones, playing with George Pickens. Like, this is too perfect. And so, let's take it. I mean, maybe not his yards, but like touchdowns and catches all day. Let's take the under.
Hell yeah. I'm here for it. Absolutely. I can see him just doing spike game shit there. Why not?
Yes.
Easily. You are fantastic. Let people know where they can find you. I can't wait to hang out in Vegas. We're gonna have so much fun.
Oh yeah. Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Scott_Bowser, and you can also check me out on the Main Sports Gambling Podcast YouTube channel every Friday, where Kramer and I host a show called Run for the Roses about digital horse racing. We won the virtual Kentucky Derby a couple seasons ago. Epic performance. We qualified again last season. We're going to qualify again this season. So this is a good run we're having. The show's a lot of fun. We're actually doing a special episode live from Radio Row when I see you down there.
Yeah.
And, he and I are going to be recapping. Maybe we should have you interview us for it, where it's like it's going to be a retrospect of what we learned from winning the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, yes. We should do that because Kramer and I have talked. I gotta get into the ponies. I think it's time. I think I gotta dabble.
Well, yeah.
I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
They're testing out a new like OTB app, like a site for betting on the races. Yeah. So a good way to start learning about it is betting on them. And right now, since it's a beta test on the app, what they do is you just sign up. I'll send you the link, and they give you a fake $1,000 to play with until it goes live at the beginning of next month. Mm-hmm. And so I've just been doing bets with this fake money, and it's so therapeutic. Just dropping like a $600 super effect because it's not real money. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it scratches an itch. It feels good. That's what it's all about. All right, Scott, you're fantastic. I'll let you get out of here, and I will see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye. It's time for extra holes.
Extra holes. I really need to still make a intro for that. That'd be great. This is gonna be awesome. Okay, extra holes.
Very cool.
With producer Ryan. Yeah. No, it's gonna be more exciting. It's gonna be more exciting. Okay, so
I gotta work on the Let's Fucking Go, and I have to work on we'll work on that. Okay, go ahead.
Also, not to give away too much, but we do have an original Stephie Smalls show song coming before the NFL season. It's going to be a hit.
We're in the studio.
We're in the studio, mixing some beats, dropping some verses. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be something to look forward to, people.
Absolutely, cannot wait. Here we go. Got a couple of tweets for you. Here we go. You got to tell me about why you sent me this. I never thought I would be sent a dildo shot from Stephie. Here we go. I mean, tell me about this.
Dildo dailies. First of all, we have a dildo situation in the WNBA. Have you seen that? They caught one of the guys, by the way. It was like a high schooler, so 18-year-old kid or something. They only green dildos. They are launching the dildos onto the court. One actually hit Cunningham during the game. And then, you know what's crazy about these dildos? I was talking to someone today about this, is like you can get them through a metal detector. Like it's not like they're not like harmful. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's the perfect thing to sneak into a sports game because it's like you can just get them in.
Think about the guys sneaking them in. They have to stuff dildos down their pants to sneak them in. Or up their ass. I don't know. Because they did a no bag policy, and I was like, I think if they want to get the dildos in, maybe they're getting smaller dildos in, but they could get dildos in. It's not like sneaking in drugs. It's not like sneaking in drugs where you can like put them in your shoe.
No, or hurt with the dildo. So it's kind of like, it's just playful fun.
Yeah, sure.
I want them to do it everywhere. I want them to do them at NFL games. I think that this is lighthearted fun that everyone can enjoy, but I do think the world is ending because what are we getting at now? What are we doing now? We're throwing dildos. We're betting on dildo daily.
I feel like for the point of equality and not just messing with women, they need to start throwing dildos at NFL games, NBA games. Throw some dildos at a golf event, PGA event, Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Like they did at the event in Connecticut where they were like throwing paint or whatever for the people that love Mother Nature so much. You could throw dildo. Yeah, I agree. We need to do dildos at golf tournaments. That's even funnier. Yeah,
especially if it hits somebody.
I'm for the dildo content. I think it's funny. I think we should throw more dildos. I think it's weird that like green dildos were like sold out on Amazon or something. Like, it's like I don't know. It's all crazy. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we got a dildo situation.
Yeah, no, but tell me about this betting on the dildos.
I don't know. I haven't bet on the dildos, but I want to bet on the dildos. Should we bet on the dildos? Like dildo thrown at an WNBA game is crazy. There's got to be more. Let's bet it on my birthday. Oh, it's not up there, but it might be.
Actually, yeah, we have some Stephie Smalls birthday show content coming next week. We haven't figured out what it is, but it's going to be epic.
It's going to be sweet. Yeah, it's in the works.
All right. So Stephie's been having some tech problems, and you admitted it in public of what you're going to do.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't realize like after I typed it and sent it, which I guess this happens a lot when I'm on Twitter. So I left my computers in Chicago. That's a long story. I also left my suitcase and so on. Just long story. Don't ask. We'll get to that another day. I think we should do
that. Just sounds like you had to get out of town in a very fast fashion. Are you wanted in Chicago? Are you wanted in Chicago right now? I have to know.
I left my ID. It's a back to the story. Maybe we should do a Patreon and like I can tell these stories behind. These deserve paywalls. I'm not just giving these stories out for free. Okay, so I got one laptop on Monday for the show. And the stream was asked because I went there and I was like, hey, I just need to get by today. He's like, what do you need it for? I'm like, I'm streaming. He's like, streaming what? I'm like, a podcast. He's like, okay. And he shows me like $600. It was like $799. I was like, all right, what can we do cheaper than that? And he was like, I'm telling you right now. So I like start walking around and I'm like, all right, what about this one? Like pointing to like a $299. He's like, no, like if you want it to work. And then some guy comes by. He's like, oh, what about a Chromecast? I don't even know what it was. Like a Google Chromebook. I'm like, he's like 123. I'm like, sounds great. That guy sounds like it's going to work. I'll take the Chromebook. Chromebook didn't work. So I had to go back to Best Buy and I had to go get the initial one that he told me to get, which is what I'm streaming on now. My intention is to just return them both. Is that psychotic? They have a 14-day return policy. So I'm just borrowing them. It's like renting them, right? Is that crazy?
Yeah, no, I feel like that's totally fair. Yeah. And the real question is, are you getting your computers back from Chicago?
Yeah.
Who's sending them? Is Kanye sending them? Others famous. Did you leave them at Kanye's mansion?
They have been obtained by my roommate while I was getting my master's, and that I haven't seen in like 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, I don't even know. And then I'm gonna figure it out from there. But that's why my hair looks like this. Don't have my blow dryer, my curler, none of that shit. So I'm gonna look ratty for a little bit. We're gonna have weird streams. It's gonna be fine though. That's it.
I like how like 97% of our viewers are men, so they hadn't even noticed that your hair is ratty.
Yeah, no. It's all right.
So it's good. Everybody still thinks you look hot, so no worries.
Guys, appreciate you for show. All right,
all right. That's all we have for dildos and extra holes.
Dildos and basically stealing laptops. All right, we will see you guys back on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday next week before we flip our schedule, which is probably also going to get weird because we have Circa. We're probably not changing the schedule till after Circa, huh?
No, but just put it this way. Keep looking out for shows. We're doing way more shows starting this month. And once we hit football season, it will always something come up.
Words are hard in case I lose something. If I have a Menti B, another crash out, we don't know. All right, I appreciate everyone, and we will catch you on Monday. Have a good one.